What's up everybody? My name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon in the crypto universe. Today is Wednesday, August 7th. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Rune token, but more specifically, you must be wondering, are there only retail investors buying into this token? Well, to my surprise, in yesterday's announcement, we do have a crypto billionaire that admits that he has bought into not just runes, but BRC20s and also Ordinals. Now, how does that benefit you? Well, don't worry, I'm going to share with you my thoughts and opinions at the very end of the video, but also what we're going to share with you is a charting and analysis from Doggfather, another pizza ninja and also dog rune holder. He shared with us what the unique wallet address is if they are either holding, selling, or accumulating. I love this charting analysis, and also we're going to check up on some recent mainstream news that's been talking about runes, and I want to cover it all in this specific video. So let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page, and please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I will never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct messaging, or email, so please be careful and invest safely. So guys and girls, let's get right into it. So as you can see, the Rune token is hovering around a 275 million market cap. This used to be at around 300 to 310 million market cap. So we're down roughly around 30 to 40 million in terms of market cap. But don't worry, this is why we bring this up on our channel. Remember, Dog token and every other coin out there reacts to Bitcoin. So what's Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin is down 3% over the past 24 hours. So it's not just Dog that's being liquidized, it's also the crypto market. So whatever happens to Bitcoin ultimately happens to every other altcoin, especially Rune tokens. So if you look at how Bitcoin stands with Dog, obviously, like we said before, everything that happens with the Rune token is going to react even stronger than Bitcoin. So as much as it's going to go to the downside in more percentages, the same thing could be said it going back up. So if we look over the past 7 days, you can still see that, yes, when we saw that the Rune token, which was down in the blue section right here, this blue line, yes, it dipped really hard, but check it out, it also pumped really hard when Bitcoin slightly pumped as well. So that's why you need to understand that. Now, another thing I want to share with you is the total market cap within the Rune ecosystem. It was roughly around 700 million, but currently it's around 694 million. So it's still pretty up there over the past 24 hours, of 12%. So this is something that's really important. And another thing I want to share with you is that the unique holder count for the Rune token has actually been going up. Yesterday, we were at 80,300. We're now over 200 new holders today. That is insane, with over 622 sales. That's pretty bullish. Now let's talk about this data and analytics from Doggfather. Now, everything in a nutshell, I just want to share this specific slide with you, but go ahead and go to his Twitter account and make sure to subscribe to his channel. He also has a YouTube channel as well. But I just want to capture something that he had in this one slide, which was the dog holder dynamics. Now, in this specific slide, there are around 80,000 unique holders, right, that we can currently say are existing right now that have Dog in their portfolio. Now, roughly 37,945 of those wallets have not changed their holdings, meaning if they were airdropped the Dog token, they did not really change anything with their tokens. They just either keep it there or they're just holding for dear life. But most of these wallets, say for instance, with this gray section, the new holders, there's roughly around 32,481 new holders. Well, out of that bunch, roughly around 3,600 have increased their holdings. And then with these other X holders, roughly around 27,909, some of them had decreased their holdings, around 6,000 of them. So you can see that there's kind of a balance going on between these two different things. Now, roughly from the X holders, roughly they sold in a total amount of 42,000 Dog that's been sold out of their wallets. But the new holders bought around $39 billion. So it kind of balances it out. There's a struggle between people who don't have conviction to people who see the long-term vision. And that's really important. And he mentions that they have increased their bags. And what's really interesting is that these X holders have been selling their Dog, have actually gone and increased their holdings of these other wallets as well, which I think is really cool. Now let's go and move on to some other news. We did see this one Lunar Crush website share with us the pretty much social interactions and sentiment around the Dog army, and especially around the Dog token. Leonidas being one, and also, I can't believe it, I did not know I was a second in line in terms of the influence that we have over this specific token. I just want to thank everybody for supporting this channel and for supporting me on Twitter. Again, I just want to make sure that all of you have the right information so that you can make the best decisions for yourself while going through the space, especially with the Rune ecosystem and especially around Dog. Now let's talk about mainstream media. Now, Coin Bureau, which has a YouTube channel like over millions of subscribers, was just talking around CoinGecko's Q2 report, and one of them was talking about the Rune ecosystem. Now, what they said in this specific thing that I really want to capture was this at the very bottom. Now, it says, while the demand for these primitives was not sustained, meaning the Rune ecosystem being launched and not as many transaction volumes as it died down after the halving, builders understood that this was merely a fragmentation and UX problem, and were able to glimpse the bigger picture. One where ancient Bitcoin whales are finally free to use their Bitcoin holdings natively on chain. This is why we say Runes is almost primed to explode, because you don't need to send your Bitcoin over to an exchange to buy these Rune tokens or Ordinals. You can just buy it through a decentralized wallet such as Xverse or Magic Eden wallet. It's directly a Bitcoin native on-chain metrics, if that makes any sense. So you buy, you sell within Bitcoin and in the currency. Now, let's also talk about Binance research also, again, covering Rune's ecosystem. What I loved about this specific article is that they recognize that now people are developing these markets for borrowing and lending for Runes. And that's really important, because that just goes to show you, because we're almost approaching our 4-month age cycle with the birth of Runes, this is just the beginning of developers creating the infrastructure, and that they see and recognize that Runes is here to stay. Now, you remember just a couple slides ago, what I mentioned was these Bitcoin whales that are basically ancient that could buy into these specific Rune tokens. Well, Arthur Hayes, who is the co-founder of BitMEX, but also is a crypto billionaire, he admitted yesterday that he owns Ordinals, BRC20s, and Runes. Now, Bitcoin maxis, obviously we're giving him a little bit of scrutiny because they're like, how can you buy these specific things? Listen, this may be on Bitcoin, but this isn't Bitcoin. But that's not true. Bitcoin can be more than a store of value. It could be a technology platform for people to build on top of Bitcoin on the most decentralized and security-based blockchain. So why not build Ordinals, BRC20s, and Runes? We even know that MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor, loves Ordinals and is using Ordinals as we speak. So Arthur Hayes has exposure to Runes. So most likely he has exposure to Dog. Now, if you don't know Arthur Hayes, he's one of the youngest billionaires out there from the cryptocurrency world. I think this is absolutely huge. And in this specific video, which I will not play right now just because I don't want to be flagged, is Arthur Hayes talking about how meme coins are here to stay. He says it in a specific interview with Raoul Pal that basically meme coins is like no different from luxury brands. So if people are spending tons of money to buy luxury brands, if it's Gucci, if it's Louis Vuitton, and these people standing in line, it's no different from buying a meme coin. But the thing is with meme coins is that you can actually make profit off of these things. So why spend your money on luxury products and standing in line outside of a store while you can just buy it on the blockchain and make more money from that? And I think that's absolutely there to stay. It's all about community. It's all about this culture. And that's what I love about why Crypto Hayes, who not only is a Bitcoin advocator and also an educator, but he understands the value of these layer 2s on top of Bitcoin, especially Runes, especially BRC20s, especially Ordinals. And I guarantee, I feel that he has exposure to the Dog token. Now, let's talk about the potential of these ancient Bitcoin whales and these crypto billionaires and millionaires potentially buying into this token. I've already shown you this chart, right? I've shown you how much money is in Bitcoin in terms of its market cap. These are millionaires. These are people that have a ton of money along with retail investors. Now, if just an example, if just 1%, 5%, or 10% of these Bitcoin whales, these ancient Bitcoin whales, or billionaires or millionaires, have exposure to Runes, you can guarantee that this is going to explode, and it's going to be a lot bigger than Ethereum or Solana. And you got to understand, if even 1% of Bitcoin goes into the Dog market cap, it'll increase by $5.8 billion. What about 5%, $29 billion, 10%, $58 billion? This is why I'm trying to remind people every single day of what they're about to see with Dog Rune token. But you have to do your own research, because just because I'm educating and sharing this with you does not mean it's the holy grail of information. You have to go out there and do your own research, because it's ultimately your money you're buying into. So make sure you never invest more than what you're willing to lose, because no matter what, this is speculation regardless of what I'm saying. And as my conclusion and statement, that's really the point. You have to look at what the market is deciding for itself in this next bull run. We do know that Bitcoin is going to pump at some certain point or another, is primed to explode. So what would you rather have? Would you rather have a Solana-based NFT or Solana-based meme coin when Bitcoin pumps? Or do you want to have the native on-chain ordinals or Rune tokens that are built on Bitcoin, so that these ancient Bitcoin whales can buy something easily by using a decentralized wallet with their Bitcoin and speculating and buying into the specific thing. Just even 1% would send the Dog Rune token in a 5 billion market cap. Just think about that for just a second. So with that said, let me know your thoughts down below, and I cannot wait to read them. So as always, be sure to smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page to receive all of our alpha calls and trades regarding Dog Under the Moon. Until then, see you guys girls next time.